mentioned earlier today, we honored students selected to receive awards that recognize their leadership, character, and personal achievements. The leadership awards presented were the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Cup to Harper Stevenson, class of 2027. The Michael Francis Michikay III Award to Libby Riggs from the class of 2026. The Andrew Allison Haldane Cup to Moana Sophie Gregory, class of 2026. And the President's Award to Catherine Uwakwe, class of 2026. We also celebrated graduating seniors who've been selected as speakers for the commencement and baccalaureate ceremonies. The Goodwin Commencement Prize person is Dickinson Victor Lewis. The class of 1868 prize goes to Kaya Anika Patel. The Dialva Stanwood Alexander First Prize goes to Kase Lin. And the Dialva Stanwood Alexander Second Prize to Michael Bagnoli. And now I'd like to invite Janice Esther Weiss, Professor of Gender, Sexuality, and Women's Studies, and Senior Vice President and Dean for Academic Affairs, Jan Scanlon, to introduce this evening's keynote speaker.
Thank you, Safa, and good evening, everybody. It is my great pleasure to introduce John Kim, Assistant Professor of Asian Studies and the recipient of the 2026 Sidney B. Karofsky Prize for Junior Faculty. Professor Kim is a scholar of comparative literature whose work explores the intersection of literature, science, and philosophy, with a focus on modern East Asia, particularly Korea, China, and Japan, as well as Europe. His research examines nonverbal modes of expression in literature, criticism, and theory, while his teaching spans a wide historical range, from pre-modern texts to contemporary East Asian literature and film. This semester, he's been teaching 2 engaging courses, Asia Noir, Crime Fiction and Film in East Asia and Korea, and Korea Beyond Borders, Contemporary Literature and Film. Students deeply appreciate his innovative pedagogies, which include, among many others, asking students to share a song that captures their response to a reading, providing a sensory pathway that builds both capacity and community in the classroom. Professor Kim joined the Bowdoin faculty in 2018. He earned his bachelor's degree from Amherst College and completed his PhD in comparative literature at Harvard University. His recent scholarship includes the article, Reckoning with the Rogue, Calculation, Narration, and the Incomplete Scene of Accountability in J.M. Lee's The Boy from Paradise, published in Comparative Literature Studies. He is completing a book on the scientific visualization of literature across East Asia and the West during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This evening, we have the good fortune to hear him speak on a topic he calls the uncommon good. So please join me in welcoming Assistant Professor of East Asian Studies, John Kim.
Thank you, Dean Scanlon, for that very warm introduction. President Zaki, Dean Scanlon, esteemed colleagues, proud family and friends, and above all, you, the students we honor tonight. It is my great honor to be a part of this evening's festivities in recognition of your remarkable achievements from the past year, which, for many of you, represents a worthy culmination of the past 4 years. You have so much to be proud of. And yet, as I stand before you now, I can't help but be reminded of the immense privilege we share in partaking in this joyous ceremony, while the world out there, by all metrics, hangs in the balance. Out there, old ghosts continue to haunt us, while new terrors emerge on the horizon every day. Under the circumstances, it would be easy not to celebrate. The South Korean author Han Gang, whose works bear witness to the quiet triumphs of human dignity and resilience in the face of systemic violence, did not celebrate when she won the 2024 Nobel Prize in Literature on account of the atrocities being perpetrated in Ukraine and Gaza. And this, despite being the first in the small nation's history to have been given this most prestigious honor, and this, despite overcoming the deep-seated misogyny festering within Korea's own highly patriarchal literary establishment, and this, despite the insistence of her own father, who, as any proud parent would want for their special child, just wanted to throw her a party. Han Gang chose not to celebrate. What then of us? Why do we celebrate when others do not, when others cannot? Writing in the early years of the Second World War, the British literary theorist and critic I.A. Richards put such concerns in starkly Neronian terms. Are we fiddling in the burning city, he asked. And could our fiddling really make any future city less inflammable? Are we, in the more familiar idiom of the internet, that little cartoon dog with the googly eyes and the little hat, so oblivious to the raging flames engulfing his house, saying to ourselves, this is fine. I will say right now that I will not be offering any good answers to these questions, but I am a scholar of comparative literature whose entire discipline has been driven by the indiscipline of asking impossible questions and offering perhaps even more impossible answers. So I consider it a matter of professional responsibility, or irresponsibility, to risk the felicity of this occasion to dwell briefly on the problem at hand in the time I have this evening. To those of you who are eager to get the celebrations underway, I am sorry. Bolos will have to wait. Questions of timeliness often serve as screens for questions of perceived value. In Richards' case, his questions were really about the perceived value of education, more specifically, about the study of literature and language. Do they have any effects commensurate with the needs of the world? He wondered. For Richards, this was not a rhetorical question. His answer was a resounding yes. Earlier in his career, against the pervasive mood of disillusionment that had descended on society in the wake of the First World War, Richards had found a reason for hope in poetry. It served a special social and psychological purpose. To read a poem meant feeling the imprint of another mind on your own, through which you came to understand how life seems to another, and by affording you a chance to try how another's attitude suits us. As a transformative exercise in empathy, poetry was thus capable of saving us. While the jury is still out on whether poetry can indeed be our salvation, we have much more confidence these days in the good that reading can do more generally. This was part of Richard's immense legacy, which began with his experiments in what he called practical criticism. From these, he pioneered the idea that reading could be a teachable skill or technique. This is why close reading has become a staple in literature classrooms today, including my own. And so if reading is to be our deliverance, perhaps it can also lead us out of the untimely meditation we find ourselves in right now. Our entire evening is on the line. Looming behind this question, of course, is the lofty ideal of the common good, which asks us to always keep sight of the world around us. Yet when we examine more closely the primal scene of the common good in Joseph McKean's inaugural 1802 address, we can begin to appreciate the redemptive potential of the modesty and equanimity of his ambitions. His speech makes clear that the expectation for the student was never one of quantifiable impact. McKean is careful to emphasize that the kind of intellectual, physical, and moral cultivation that students are to undergo at Bowdoin are preparatory. Your education, he says, is not meant for you to be useful, so much as it is for you to, he says, qualify yourself for usefulness. What then does this process of qualifying yourself for usefulness entail? For McKean, the key lay not in the anticipation of one day just applying the knowledge you gain, that is, as a purely transitive activity. Rather, it lay in the embrace of learning as a certain kind of labor, as an intransitive activity directed inward towards self-expansion. To this end, he warns against the impatience of application and the aversion to everything that requires labor that an instrumentalist approach to learning would otherwise encourage. Education forgoes optimizations and efficiencies in favor of the slow struggle that emerges out of what he calls an attention to order and habits of industry and investigation. More than a century before digital technologies began selling us on the idea of making learning as smooth and as seamless and as efficient as possible, Natsume Soseki, who is often hailed as Japan's greatest novelist, speculated that modern civilization was the product of two opposing but entangled forces of human motivation. One force that sought out the aid of technology to minimize the time and effort we spent doing the work we didn't want to do. And another force that sought to maximize the time of our immersion in the activities that we love to do, which extended from our hobbies to the high arts of literature, science, and philosophy. My esteemed colleagues are surely aware of the unfortunate reality that some dread these noble pursuits. They dread these noble pursuits enough to outsource them to the machine. But Soseki noticed that no matter how much technology was able to minimize the duration of our suffering, it didn't seem to make us any happier. In that way, Soseki and McKean seem to be saying the same thing, that it is not the labor that is the problem. But to the extent that it might be, labor is nevertheless our best training ground for meaning. In the agony of the writer, there opens up the capacity for care and the qualification of oneself for a usefulness to come. If we listen carefully, we might hear its echoes in Kafka's writing journal. On January 20th, he writes, "The end of writing. When will it take me up again?" January 29th, 9 days later, he writes, "Again tried to write. Virtually useless." 9 days after that, February 7th, he writes, "Complete standstill. Unending torments." It is only by way of the caustic friction between the intimidating blankness of the page in front of us and the terrifying blankness of our own minds, the sparks of our thinking, our imagination, and our learning can ignite into beacons of meaning for ourselves and for others as we navigate the collective murk. State-of-the-art machines can provide us with startling images of the brain, but writing remains the best and perhaps most honest image we have of the mind. To rely on tools and technologies that remove the friction, the anguish of writing is worse than throwing a digital filter on the selfie. It is a betrayal of that fundamental tenet of Western philosophy that says, know thyself. Perhaps it's also fitting, then, that McKean's prime example of this kind of intellectual labor is none other than the study of what he calls the learned languages. In our contemporary age of global English, such languages might as well extend beyond Greek and Latin to encompass the modern languages: Spanish, Arabic, French, German, Italian, Russian, Chinese, and Japanese. As some of you know, the virtuous struggle of learning language at Bowdoin begins with having to wake up every day at the crack of dawn to make it to your 8 a.m. class. But for McKean, the advantage that language learning offers is not the one offered by the college, that is to say, to be at home in all lands. Rather, its advantage is precisely in the noble spirit of intransitive usefulness that embiggens the smallest man, which he says inures a youthful mind to application, even if no advantage arose from the knowledge of them. The study of a foreign language distills the paradoxical essence of a liberal arts education. Its usefulness lies precisely in the student coming to understand how to apply knowledge properly without the attending guarantee of its usefulness or success. What you have done here, and what is worth celebrating, is how you have immersed yourself in the kind of laborious learning that McKean originally envisioned for Bowdoin. Your coursework, papers, independent research projects, works of art and performance are proof of this. In that sense, yours might not rise to the status of a common usefulness, but neither has it been solely for your own private advantage. For the good you have done here has nevertheless meant something to a smaller, more exclusive circle of professors, instructors, advisors, collaborators, and readers. Yours is the good that celebrates both the legitimacy and mutual illegibility of projects like examining the singlet versus triplet state reactivities of bromonathyl isomers, or the shifting rural identity under China's hukou system. How could we describe such forms of the good as anything but uncommon? A good that at once embodies the extraordinariness of your minds and at the same time the untimeliness of their potential application. By knowing the uncommon good, you have come to know the profound truth that it has never been about the usefulness, but about qualifying yourself for the common good that is to come, so that you might major in Afrikaans studies and one day become the mayor of New York City. And that, to me, is reason enough to celebrate. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Kim, for helping us think about how our collective learning is worthy of celebration. The Sidney B. Karofsky Award for Junior Faculty, given by members of the Karofsky family, is to be awarded annually by the Dean for Academic Affairs in consultation with the Appointments, Promotions, and Tenure Committee on the basis of student evaluations of teaching to an outstanding Bowdoin teacher who, quote, best demonstrates the ability to impart knowledge, inspire enthusiasm, and stimulate intellectual curiosity. The prize is given to a member of the faculty who has taught at the college for at least 2 years. I am very pleased to announce that the 2026 recipient of the Sidney B. Karofsky Award for Junior Faculty is Alyosha Barranco Lopez, Assistant Professor of Philosophy. Professor Barranco Lopez is unable to join us this evening. She is on her pre-tenure leave, but I heard from her today, so I know she's thinking about all of us right now. So I am just accepting the award on her behalf, and will send it her way very soon. So one more time, please join me in congratulating her on this well-deserved award. It is now my pleasure to welcome our artist in residence, George Lopez, his partner, Ulamini Mahamuti, and Director of Choral Activities and Lecturer in Music, Carrie Francis, to the stage to perform this evening's interlude, Libertango by Astor Piazzolla. And I'll leave it to you, George. you, George, Gooley, and Carrie. We will now begin the presentation of departmental prizes, beginning with Africana Studies. We ask that student recipients for each department come to the stage at the same time as the department's faculty presenter. Descriptions of all prizes and their order are in the program, so I encourage you to follow along. Presenters may elect to say a few brief words about their award recipients.
Do we really have, after that? I'm supposed to follow that? How do we go on? I'm still a little speechless. That was amazing. Okay. The Africana Studies first prize is the Lennox Book Prize, which is made by a generous gift from Jeffrey C. Norris, class of '86, and it goes to Anne Patricia Vasquez, outstanding scholar across the curriculum, writing a fantastic honors project. And the second prize, which is a recent prize, was made by generous donation by Professor Randy Stakeman, Associate Professor of History, Emeritus, a longtime Director of Africana Studies, and that prize goes to Kirsten Noel Hayes, also an outstanding scholar, also about to defend an honors project. So please welcome me in congratulating these two fine Bowdoin students.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Krista Van Vliet. I'm professor and chair of the Department of Anthropology, and I'm really pleased to be here tonight with amazing humans and anthropology majors to present a few prizes. So the first prize I'm presenting is the Elbridge Sibley Prize. That's to Alex Cruz. So as you can see, I'm not going to read about the prizes, but what I wanted to say about this prize and Alex is that the prize is for the cumulative GPA, so it's across all of the courses that she's taken at Bowdoin through the fall of senior year and reflects her hard work and all of her scholarly accomplishments, but she's also demonstrated excellence in so many ways. And I had the pleasure of working with Alex one summer on a project that was looking at the ways that people in deaf communities in the United States and elsewhere understood culture. And I learned so much from her. And she's also, of course, done work in service of others, including longstanding commitments to the ASL Club, Bear Buddies, and of course, Bowdoin Student Government. So please join me in offering congratulations to Alex. The second prize I'm going to present tonight is the Engaged Anthropology Prize, and this year we had a lot of trouble deciding on a single recipient, so we have three. The first is Everett Gordon. So Everett is someone who, since I've known him, which was sophomore year when he sort of was the outstanding student in an advanced 3,000 level seminar. Since all of his time at Bowdoin in anthropology, he's really been focused on thinking about positive change in the world, as well as the ways that power and inequity structure interpersonal relationships, and also anthropological research. Everett did 2 different study-away semesters, one in Zanzibar and the other in Tanzania, and he did community-based research in both of those study away programs, independent studies that looked at ecological and cultural issues that were important to those local communities. And his honors project, which he just turned in today, is focused on indigenous agriculture and sovereignty in Hawaii and incorporated work with a nonprofit educational farm. So for his work bringing together intellectual exploration with public education and environmental and community advocacy, he is the first winner of this prize. The next student is the wonderful Moana Gregory. Moana integrates intellectual exploration with public education and service, and she's done it for the Bowdoin community, the Brunswick community, as well as communities across the world. So there's a lot to say about Moana, but one of the things that I think is so amazing about her is that often she'll do a research project, an independent study. For example, she'll explore theories of Marxism and alternative community building and do this deep dive into theory, but then she comes up with these amazing projects. Like she created these zines, these small little booklets that she shared in the Bowdoin community and then more broadly in the Brunswick community, and she shared also in the Denver Zine Library. And so we've all been very inspired by the ways that she thinks deeply about anthropology and tries to pursue positive change in the world. So on behalf of the department and everyone, congratulations. The third awardee is Dakota Wilson, who unfortunately is not here tonight, but I just wanted to say that Dakota is a junior who's been very engaged in working in various community service organizations. She has long-standing commitments with Rotaract Club, with Art Band as an intern and grant writer. She's worked in several other organizations, including Quest Bridge, the McKean Center, Fresh Truck, and the Forest Foundation in Massachusetts. And she really closely ties in her understanding of her work in these organizations with thinking about her coursework in anthropology. And for all of these students who do the Engaged Anthropology Prize, they write an essay, and it's based on the essay that they write that they're given this prize. And the essay is supposed to talk about how they integrate their intellectual work in anthropology with their public or engaged work. So please join me in congratulating Dakota as well.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Peggy Wong. I'm the chair of the Art History Department. It is my great honor to present the Ann Bartlett Lewis Memorial Prize in Art History to Mariana Zingoni. This year's Art History Senior Prize goes to two awardees, Sabrina Kearney and Maya Benali. I'm so delighted to present the Art History Junior Year Prize to Lauren Baines in Absentia and Luke Bernasic. Join me again in congratulating our fantastic Art History Prize winners.
Hello, everyone. Hi there, you guys. I'm Michael Kolster. I'm a photographer and teacher in the Visual Arts Department. On behalf of the department, I'm delighted to present first Ada Ivory Potter with the Ann Bartlett Lewis Memorial Prize. My colleague Eleanor Conover taught the Advanced Studio Capstone course this year and described how Ada's final project, quote, traverses the languages of drawing, sculpture, and painting, building a complex narrative that is a meditation on, a meditation on labor and community, perhaps also the act of making writ large. She went on to note how, quote, Ada's fearless studio rigor and sharp intellect make her an excellent artist, and how, quote, her warmth as a human has sent positive waves across our artistic community. Ada. I'm also pleased to present Daniel Jake Hennelly with the Richard P. Martell Jr. Memorial Prize in Visual Arts. Daniel joined the Visual Arts Department just last year, and senior studio teacher Eleanor Conover noted that, quote, in his final 2 semesters, he is engaged enthusiastically with almost every medium in the major. His capstone project focuses on photographs and photo montages that explore how our country's pursuit of leisure sits alongside the resurgence of certain authoritarian tendencies and possibly defines today's American experience. Daniel, congratulations. And I'm equally honored to present Sophia Stella Nichols with the Richard P. Martell Jr. Memorial Prize in Visual Arts. Again, quoting Conover, Soph's quiet determination in the studio can be read through their commitment to learning an entirely new material process for their final capstone work, where Soph built a visual language that engages with weight and levity, material contrast, and the experience of bodily transformation. At once rigid and soft, the work gestures towards skin, armor, and the human form, never settling on too literal of a translation. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rachel Sturman. I am a member of the History Department and Director of the Asian Studies program, and it is my pleasure to declare our Asian Studies Award winners tonight. Asian Studies offers awards for the major itself, as well as for the Chinese and Japanese languages. The awards for the Asian Studies Prize have been split for Chinese, Japanese, and South Asian tracks within the major. We have 3 winners: Kase Lin for China, Shihab Moral for South Asia, and Emir St. George for Japanese. For Chinese language, we have James Stuber, and I will then turn it over to my colleague, Hiro, who will announce the Japanese language prize. I can announce it with you. I'll announce it. All right, so Chinese, James Stuber. And finally, our Japanese language prize goes to Sergiani Jennings, who is probably the only student I've had who has compared Mumbai to Japan.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Barry Logan, and I direct the biochemistry program. It's my privilege to confer our awards tonight. And our first award is the John L. Howland Book Award in Biochemistry. It's named after one of the co-founders of the biochemistry program, John Howland. He was a dear friend of mine and a valued mentor. I caught the last years of his career in the first of mine. John Howland, if I'm not mistaken, was Bowdoin College's first recipient of the National Science Foundation grant. And the award in his name is given to Sarah Peterson. Many good things to come in Sarah's senior year. Our second award is the Stephen Smith Prize in Biochemistry, named in honor of a Bowdoin alum in the biochemistry program, a great friend to the program, somebody we appreciate for his support over the years. This award will go to a student who has worked closely with Kana Takamatsu in the chemistry and biochemistry program. You can learn more about this student's work at the honors presentations Thursday morning in the Druckenmiller Atrium, along with the rest of the biochemistry honors recipients. This is Juyun Juju Lee. And I'm going to call my friend and colleague Danielle Doobie up to confer the Sumner Increase Kimball Prize.
Okay, so it is my absolute pleasure to give the Sumner Increase Kimball Prize to Divya Bhargava, who is a biochemistry honors student who has worked in my lab for the past 2 years. This is a really special award that's given to one senior each year. It requires nomination by a natural science department or program, and there's a competitive selection by the Student Fellowship Committee. Divya ultimately was selected for this award due to her outstanding and impressive research record. Actually, she came to Bowdoin with 2 peer-reviewed first author publications, and then has since published 2 first author peer-reviewed publications in her time here. So has really built and sustained a truly remarkable record. On top of that, she has shown incredible leadership in the classroom. She's served as a learning assistant for a variety of biochemistry courses, and in the microbiology classroom, she was named a Goldwater Scholar, and most recently was admitted to top MD, PhD, and MD programs in the country, and just yesterday officially signed off for Stanford.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Hadley Wilson-Horch. I'm in the Biology and Neuroscience, Biology Department, Neuroscience program. The students I'm going to introduce this evening have proven themselves to be stellar students of biology. On behalf of all the biology faculty, I'm pleased to be able to recognize them for all their excellent work in our classrooms and labs. So for the Copeland Gross Prize, I recognize Kanene Nukwoji. Recognize Ben Sachs in absentia. And Blythe Thompson. And for the Maycomber Prize, I recognize Tori Bacall. And Ella Perry. And then we have a junior prize, the James Malcolm Moulton Prize, and I recognize Jack Behrens. And Catherine Benavides. And finally, Mina Shenoy.
Dewey again, now up here in my role as chair of the chemistry department. We have many outstanding chemistry students, as you'll get to hear about. I'm going to keep it short and sweet due to the sheer number, and we'll describe one award in depth for time reasons. So first, I would like to recognize first-year student chemistry lab awards for general chemistry for Greta Limburger and for advanced chemistry for Kimberly Wynn. For first-year chemistry student achievement awards in general chemistry, I'll have Mia Lewis, advanced chemistry, Amelia Tan in absentia. For the Sam Kammerling Lab Award, Caleb Zuckerman. The Philip Weston Reserve Prize in Chemistry for Sri Jagannathan Kandadai. ACS Awards for superior work in a series of chemistry subdisciplines. So these are in analytical chemistry for Sam Kegler. In inorganic chemistry, Jasmine. In physical chemistry, Annika Nagpal in absentia. In organic chemistry, Ella Chu. The ACS Main Award for Sarah Kalanji. The Dana Walker Mayo Prize will go to 2 recipients, Fiona Gallagher and Victoria Zhang. Will be the William Campbell Root Award, which will go to Ella Chu, and I promised I'd say something about one of the awards. This is a Chemistry Department Service Award, and Ella really stands out in her dedication. So she's done a lot of work with local elementary school kids, like 5th graders, when they come visit the Chemistry Department for Science Day, as an example. But I will tell you what really stood out with me with Ella is my first year's chair of the Chemistry Department. She came to my office and asked if it would be okay for her to hold a student-run information session for students to learn about research opportunities off campus they could pursue, because she had the opportunity to do this, but worried that a lot of students wouldn't know how to make themselves competitive for it. And she has done that now 2 years running. So Ella.
All right, excellent. Hello, everybody. My name is Allison Cooper, and it is my pleasure to present some awards tonight on behalf of the Cinema Studies program here at Bowdoin. The first category of awards is the Adventurer Prize, which tonight we'll be giving to 2 students who are sharing the award for outstanding videographic work. The first award is for Phoebe Marin, class of 26. The second award is for Janelle Elaine Powell, class of 27. The second category of awards is the Rosebud Prize, and I'm delighted to give this award to Sophie Zhang, class of 29. And finally, the last category is the Sunrise Prize, and it is with great pleasure that I give this also to Phoebe. Congratulations.
I'm Jennifer Kosak in the Classics Department, and I'm delighted to award 4 prizes, but only to 3 students, because one of our students is winning 2 of these prizes. mention that in a second. All three of these wonderful students are knowledgeable in both Latin and Greek. And so the first prize that I'm awarding, however, is to the Nathan Gould Prize for Excellence in Classics overall. And Sam Georgiana certainly fits that description, so congratulations. And now to our sophomore prize. As I say, this doesn't happen very often, that we have the same person win both the Sewell Greek Prize and the Sewell Latin Prize, but again, a very deserving candidate in Ava Bridges. And finally, the Hannibal, you can tell this one's been around for a long time, the Hannibal Hamlin Emery Latin Prize. Good name. And Ari definitely is a deserving recipient of this, Ari Bolton.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sean Barker. I'm Chair of Computer Science, and it's my great pleasure tonight to award 2 prizes in computer science to 3 of our excellent students. So first, for overall achievement and distinction in the major, the Computer Science Senior Year Prize is awarded to 2 students. First, Mingi Kong. And to Alec Rothkowitz. And second, for her exemplary summer research in imagery construction, the Alan B. Tucker Summer Research Prize is awarded to Shad Hekal.
Hello, my name is Michelle Levine. I'm the chair of the Earth and Oceanographic Science Department, and I'm thrilled to recognize some amazing EOS students tonight. First, we're going to start with the Earth and Oceanographic Science Senior Academic Achievement Award, and we're going to honor 2 EOS seniors. First, Emma Maslish, who has, Emma has demonstrated excellence in EOS coursework and has led an impressive multi-year independent research project. We also have, Catherine Gage, who's demonstrated excellence across all levels of our department. She has taken full advantage of our curriculum, including being one of the only, possibly the only student who has ever taken both of our introductory courses and both of our senior seminars. So congratulations, Emma. Okay, next we're going to award the Earth and Oceanographic Science Biogeochemistry Award to Amelia Alprin for outstanding performance in the course, where she did an impressive job as nominated by faculty and staff for connecting broader systems of the Earth in the course. So congratulations. This year's Earth and Oceanographic Science Outreach Excellent Award again goes to Catherine Gage, who's done outstanding public engagement and science communication work through TED Talks, policy engagement on Capitol Hill, and community organizing. So congratulations, Catherine. The Earth and Oceanographic Science Book Award honors 2 students for work in introductory courses. So first we have Nora Condit for work in Introducing Earth. And we also have Joe Menetrez for work in Oceanography. And finally, EOS gets to award the Dorothy Hayward Collins Award this year to Matthew Stein, who has impressed all of our faculty in EOS by embracing all aspects of the curriculum and exceptional work as a junior. So congratulations. Skipped one, sorry, there's another one. The department also finally has the Earth and Oceanographic Science Department Service to the Department Award to Tess Mooney, who has had a commitment to our department community and culture through organizing events, including a cross-disciplinary Earth art exhibit in Rue that's hanging up right now for anyone who would like to see it. Congratulations. Congrats all.
Hello everybody, I'm Rachel Connolly, a professor in the economics department. And on behalf of the economics department today, we're going to award 2 prizes. Both are for our junior students. We have several additional prizes that we give to seniors, but apparently economists like to wait till all the data's in, and so we have to wait for final exams, sorry. Okay, so on to the juniors. The first set of students are receiving the Adam Smith Book Prize. And these 4 students, 1 in absentia, will receive a book. Connor Lee, 8, go ahead. Aiden Singer in absentia. Sahar Sivantan. And Samuel Wilson. Prize also for juniors is the Paul H. Douglas Prize, and for those students in the room, yes, that's from the Cobb Douglas function. He was a professor here at Bowdoin and also U.S. Senator from Illinois. All right, and the 4 winners are Luke Bernashek, Ian Harris in absentia, Aaron Pullinger, and Jonas Varsny. Congratulations all.
good evening, everyone. I'm Chuck Dorn, faculty member in the Education Department. This is my colleague, Allison Miller, the chair of the department. And we shared the very pleasant opportunity to work this year with 5 really wonderful people who are our Bowdoin Teacher Scholars, 1 undergraduate student and 4 postgraduate students. By completing their program this year, they have qualified to receive a secondary school teaching credential from the state of Maine, which they can take with them to begin their public school teaching career anywhere in the country, although we hope they will stay in Maine. And they are Kylie Briand, Catherine Cheston, Joseph Park, Ciara Sewell, and Robin Walker Spencer. We also had the great opportunity to work with Sam Stevenson over the past year or more. Sam is the recipient of the Education Department Award for Interdisciplinary Scholarship. Sam has demonstrated exceptional purpose and passion in the study of education, and it has been a delight to get to know her.
Hello, I'm Nobody, who are you? I'm the chair of the English department, so that was a poem. I'm giving out extra credit tonight if you can name the poet. But this is Honors Day, so you don't need extra credit. It's just metaphysical extra credit. Okay, the first prize we are giving out tonight is the Philip Henry Brown Prize for Extemporaneous Composition. And this award goes to Umlej Mukhtar, class of 2026, for her beautiful essay, Let My Anger Be Sharp. And this is my colleague, Marilyn Reisbaum, helping to hand out prizes. Do you want the extra credit? No? Okay, I'm saving it. All right, second prize, Academy of American Poets Colette Inez Poetry Prize goes to Cameron McDonald, class of 2029, for their poem, Trimmings. The third prize is the Hawthorne Prize, which goes to Rebecca Cody for her short story entitled Mouse Plum. Fourth prize is the Natalie Walker Llewellyn Poetry Prize, which goes to Ella Perry, class of 2026, for her poem, Find Me in the City. Next, we have the Nonfiction Prize, which goes to 2 students this year, to Grace Raymond, class of 2026, for her essay, A Final Resting Place for Beautiful Birds. And that same prize also goes to Kanene Wokeji, class of 2026, for her essay, Send Less Texts, Leave More Voicemails. Okay, Kanene, you're coming right back because this is the Poetry Prize, which goes to Kanene Wokeji for her poem, Miscegenation. And now we have the Prey Ray English Prize, which goes to Mina Zagane, class of 2026, for her essay on Charles Dickens's Bleak House. Next, the Forbes Rickard Jr. Memorial Poetry Prize, which goes to Jack Twining, class of 2027, for their poem Musk in Absentia. Next, the Mary B. Sinkinson Short Story Prize, and this is awarded to 2 students this year, to Grace Raymond for her short story Goodwill. And also to Preston Yates, class of 2026, for his short story Long Gradient of Pink. And last but not least, the Bertram Lewis Smith Jr. Prize goes to Rin Pastor, class of 2027. That's it.
Now that we've had that, my name is Matthew Klingel, and I'm Associate Professor of History and Environmental Studies, as well as Director of the Environmental Studies program. And fittingly enough, Environmental Studies is smack dab in the middle of the curriculum and the program. For those of you keeping score at home, we're in the back benches. We're now at the halfway point. Okay, so Environmental Studies has 2 awards. The first is the Academic Award in Environmental Studies, and this goes to 2 students who've had impeccable academic records, not only in environmental studies, but also broadly across the curriculum. Truly impressive. It puts my former self to shame, given the fact that I now teach such students. And they are, in order, Evan Grauer, and Liliana Restrepo. The second award the Environmental Studies program gives out is the Community Service Award in Environmental Studies. And the 2 recipients of the award this year are true dynamos. From publishing newsletters to tell the students, the environmental studies community and beyond about what's happening around the ES program across campus, to holding common good energy challenges, to testifying before the Maine State Legislature, publishing op-eds, mentoring, and just generally being all around fantastic role models for the students behind them. Absolutely fantastic, really the embodiment of the common good. And they are Chloe Sheehan and Eden Zumbra.
Hello everyone, I'm Angel Matos, an Associate Professor in Gender, Sexuality, and Women's Studies, and it's my honor to present the Edith Lansing Kunzel's Prize in Gender, Sexuality, and Women's Studies to 2 recipients this year. First, for her outstanding performance in her courses and her groundbreaking honors thesis focused on the intersection of disability and gender in the Mexican telenovela, we have Andrea Cordova Cisneros. And I've also had the pleasure of working closely with our second recipient, Georgia Katkoff, for her amazing work that explores the intersections of race, sexuality, and pleasure in the oeuvre of Robert Mapplethorpe. Join me in congratulating Georgia.
I'm Jill Smith, chair of the German department, and I'm going to ask you to, we're going to do it's like a musical performance. I'm going to ask you to hold your applause until I've talked about all 4 of the students on stage. The German department's prize winners exemplify the liberal arts in their combined study of German language, literature, and culture with biology, education, government and legal studies, music, and physics. And beyond the classroom, they are also musicians, poets, dancers, and athletes, a Nordic skier, a trombonist and member of the curling team, a heptathlete, a journalist, creative writer of poetry and prose. You'll see me hand them very slim envelopes, but this is not to say that they get no bling. But because before they leave for the summer, they will get a personalized stack of books in German, so be jealous. The Consular Prize in Literary Interpretation is for senior majors only, and that goes to Miles Benson. Miles was on this stage last year for being a careful and perceptive reader. It is that practice of close, repeated reading that made his analysis of an expressionist poem from the First World War so poignant. Miles will stay in Brunswick next year as a fellow in the education department, an important step on his way to becoming a music teacher. Gosh, do I envy those kids. The Old Broad Bay Prize in Reading Comprehension and Translation goes to 3 different recipients. Frances Trafton, or as I know her, Francie, who just submitted the nearly final version of her honors project on a Protestant Reformation-era pamphlet and will spend next year in Germany on a competitive Congress Bundestag Youth Exchange Fellowship. And then, this gives me such delight, John Schubert and Sarah Schubert are true Renaissance Menschen who heighten the level of nuanced discourse in any classroom, no matter what the size or topic of the course. And they are the first siblings to receive the same award in the same year in our department, and I won't say who got the higher score on this. So congratulations to you all. And yeah, so now congratulations.
Hello everybody, good evening. My name is Laura Henry and I'm the chair of the Department of Government and Legal Studies, and we are giving 5 awards this evening to our amazing Gov majors. The first prize is for excellence in American politics. It goes to a student who is passionate about American politics and the importance of public policy debates in mobilizing voters, and who is just finishing her honors project, and that is Abigail Martin. The prize for excellence in comparative politics goes to a student who is able to engage with difficult ethical questions in a serious and grounded way, always recognizing those who are often left out of the conversation. And that prize goes to Sydney Morrison. The prize for excellence in international relations goes to a student who brings remarkable warmth and a rare ability to move between careful analysis and expansive thinking. And that student is Subi Kalra. The prize for excellence in political theory goes to a student who is serious and thoughtful and always does a compelling job of connecting textual interpretation to larger political issues. And that student is Aiden Shirin Hanel. And finally, we have a prize named for a dear colleague of ours who passed away several years ago. The Richard E. Morgan Prize for Excellence in the Study of the Constitution is awarded to a passionate and dedicated scholar of constitutional law who has an admirable instinct for justice. And that student is Ruby Fife.
Hi everyone, I'm Professor Megan Roberts, and on behalf of the Department of History, I am very pleased to be able to officially recognize these students for their impressive accomplishments, and historians love precise documentation, so yes, I will be using their full names. I will begin with our first prize, which is the Dr. Samuel and Rosie Bernstein Prize for Excellence in the Study of History. And it goes to it is awarded to an undeclared history student who has demonstrated exceptional promise. And we have 3 winners this year. They are, and please hold your applause until I say all 3, William George Davis, Adelaide Frances McKelvey, and Samantha Wright in absentia. Our second prize is the Phyllis Marshall Watson History Prize, which recognizes the best student paper on subjects related to the era of the American Civil War or on war-related themes in modern history. And this year's winners are Anthony Michael DiChiara and Ethan Samuel Stolper. Congratulations to all tonight's winners.
Good evening, everyone. I am Michelle Reed Vasquez. I am the chair of Latin American, Caribbean, and Latinx Studies. And I have two prizes to deliver this evening. The first is the John Harold Turner Prize in Latin American Studies for our major's achievements, academic achievements. And there are 2 of those, to Eran Jamile Pacheco Martinez. And also to Daniela Giselle Zaraga. Some additional text here. For our Latin American Studies Award for Public Engagement, I wanted to share a special note from their advisor, Professor Nadia Celis. She says, through her work as a cultural advocate, whether in her alternative spring break trip to Salinas, Texas, her radio programming on Latino music, or in founding a mariachi initiative on campus. She has created vibrant spaces for cultural expression, community building, and education. Join me in congratulating Noemi Priscilla Guzman. Thank you, madam.
All right, I'm Alex Black. I'm a professor in the math department. There are 10 people. I'm not going to specify in more detail, but all of these students are absolutely cracked. I'm the youngest faculty member presenting. I feel like I should specify in no uncertain terms, these kids are cracked. All right, so let me, I'll say the award and then the names and then you clap. Okay, so let's do it like that. First is the Bowdoin Mathematics Prize. This goes to Isaiah Diaz, Rehana Parnian, Cherish Zhao. Okay? And now the Edward Sanford Hammond Mathematics Prize goes to Graham Lucas. The Smith Mathematical Prize goes to Sophia Naumov, Mariota, and Lionel Yu. And finally, the 100 pi minus epsilon prize goes to Jaylene Bafor, Marie Frady, and Camilo Rodriguez.
Hello, I'm Frank Moucheri, Chair of the Music Department, and it's my great pleasure to confer these awards on these three students. The Sue Winchell-Burnett Music Prize is awarded to the senior music major who's made the most significant contribution to music at Bowdoin. And this year's recipient, Miles Benson, is recognized for outstanding leadership and musicianship across the orchestra, brass ensemble, concert band, jazz combos, and for his exemplary academic work. Also, 1 week from tonight at 7:30, he'll be presenting a recital on this stage. So come check it out. Congratulations, Miles. The Mary Hunter Prize recognizes excellence in writing about music in social and historical context. This year's recipient is Max Wiegand, whose work, especially his essay on Islamicate aesthetics and courtesan dance in Bollywood, shows clear, rigorous synthesis of musical technique, visual analysis, and scholarship. Congratulations, Max. The Elliot S. Schwartz Award honors Professor Schwartz's distinguished compositional legacy at Bowdoin and is given for the most compelling composition of the year. This year's recipient is Liam Rodriguez for Hypnagogia, a multimedia work that uses motion-tracked gesture to shape light and sound. Innovative, tightly crafted, and powerfully presented. Congratulations, Liam.
Good evening. Manuel Diaz-Rios. I'm the chair of the neuroscience program. I'm in the Department of Biology and the program of neuroscience. It is my distinct honor to award the Mono Neuroscience Prize to these amazing students. It is established by a generous continuous contribution by former neuromajor David Mono for an outstanding trajectory in scientific research. I have to say some of these students have been in the lab as early as freshman year, and they're on to amazing careers and amazing places. And I'm very excited to see how that continues. So they study many incredible things, including how plastics affect your brain, how drugs can cure or treat a depressed brain, and how ions and chemicals make neurons work. So with that, I want to congratulate first Alana Lemeshoba. Next, I'd like to congratulate Kaya Patel. Please congratulate in absentia Haley Ryan. Next, congratulations, Annika Sen. And please, let's congratulate as well, Young Seo. Congrats, everybody.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Thomas Baumgart, and it's my pleasure and privilege and honor to award prizes to these 6 wonderful students on behalf of the Department of Physics and Astronomy. The first prize is the Edwin Herbert Hall Prize, which is named after Edwin Herbert Hall. But you have figured it out. We award the Edwin Herbert Hall Prize this year to Sarah Ubine. Congratulations. The second prize is the Noah Little Prize in Experimental Physics, which is awarded to a graduating senior who has excelled in experimental physics. You figured that out already. And it is I should also mention who it is awarded to. It goes this year to Elizabeth Perot. Congratulations. The next prize is the Lacaze Junior Prize in Theoretical Physics, which is awarded to a graduating senior who, wait for this, excelled in, you guessed it, theoretical physics. This year it is awarded to Mia Carlson. Congratulations. Finally, we award 3 prizes to 3 wonderful students, 2 of whom I work with very closely. for the Learning Assistant Prize. So the three students are Eva Biasotti, Anna Chen, and Juan Diego del Prado.
Would be more interesting with a concession stand or an open bar. Ideas. Hello, if you're still conscious, I'm Todd Burrs and I'm the chair of the religion department. Before we get to these prizes, can we thank Mackenzie O'Connor for organizing this? She undoubtedly enjoyed this experience of hurting me and my colleagues. So we have two prizes tonight. Don't try to hug me, that's not happening. We have two prizes to award this evening and three recipients, three marvelous students who have had the distinct privilege of teaching all of them. They're wonderful. This year's winner of the Edgar Oaks Acorn Prizes are Kieran Elfenbein and Samantha Uring. And the winner of the Award for Excellence in the Study of Religion, which by the way is the more interesting title we opted for, is Evelyn Safar.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Catherine Dosh-Roth of the Romance Languages and Literatures Department. And I'm honored to award several prizes to some truly outstanding students this evening. On behalf of my colleagues in Romance Languages and Literatures, I am pleased first to award our department prize for excellence in Romance Languages and Literatures to two students who are truly exceptional in that they have not only pursued the study of two languages, literatures, and cultures, but they've achieved the very highest levels in both of those and mentored many other students along the way. So this prize goes to Jules Mesite, an avid multiple-disciplinary reader with a deep thirst for justice, who has excelled in both Italian and Francophone studies, and Emmy Wheatley, a passionate scientist and literary analyst whose keen insights generously enrich every discussion for her excellent work in Hispanic and Francophone studies. Warm congratulations to them both. Next, I'm pleased to award the Charles H. Livingston Honors Prize in Francophone Studies to two amazing honors students, one of whom you will recognize. Adam Ewing for his comparative study of the journalistic, political, and cinematographic representations of immigrants in France since 2015, The Immigrant We Don't Know How to See. As one of his readers, I can say that it's been a pleasure to see how Adam approaches works and the world with curiosity and an analytical eye for understanding texts and films. The Honors Prize also goes to Jules Mesite for his thesis entitled Silenced and Provincialized: How Power Shaped the Production of History of the 1968 Workers' Movement. Congratulations to Adam and Jude. The Goodwin Francophone Studies Prize is awarded each year to that senior who distinguishes themselves as the best scholar in Francophone studies. This year, I'm thrilled to present this prize to Mina Zangane a stellar scholar of Francophone studies, and actually now Italian as well, who demonstrates extraordinary sophistication, intelligence, and persistence in pursuing her intellectual vision and her passion for literature and for justice. Felicitations, Mina. It's been an immense pleasure learning with you. And if you want to know more about Adam, Jules, and Mina's honors and independent studies projects, please come hear their presentations next Friday, May 4th at 3 o'clock in Sills. Finally, I'm pleased to award the Eaton Leith Francophone Studies Prize, which recognizes exceptional work among the junior and sophomore classes, to two outstanding Francophone Studies majors, Mayara Rabodao, who contributes her sparkling intellectual curiosity, deep engagement with readings, and generous insights to every classroom discussion, and Peter Vivaldi, who brings terrific intellectual agility and engaging wit to all aspects of his academic work. Felicitations, Mayara and Peter.
Hi, I'm Davide Gavioli from Italian Studies, and tonight I have the honor to present this award to an amazing cohort of students with whom I've had the pleasure to work since the first year. I like to say they're my victims, but you know, they survived. Anyway, so the Dante Prize in Italian Studies awarded to the students who wrote the best essay on Dante, actually managed to pass an oral exam, Italian style, goes to Matteo Pacelli. We have, because we are others, so. And also to Jules Messite. I told Jules to bring a wheelbarrow, but anyways, next, the Raimondi Prize in Italian Studies, who goes to the most outstanding students in Italian Studies, to include language and culture, and this also goes to two students. Michael Bagnoli, in absentia, is actually performing tonight at the Chocolate Church in Bath, and Mila Bonometti.
Hi everyone, I am so happy to be here with all of you tonight celebrating so many amazing Bowdoin students. I just joined the Bowdoin community this year and I'm just so blown away by all of you, so congratulations. My name is Edie Adams. I'm an assistant professor in Romance Languages and Literatures and Hispanic Studies. I'm honored to be here this evening presenting two awards on behalf of the program in Hispanic Studies, the Philip C. Bradley Hispanic Studies Prize and the Sophomore Prize in Hispanic Studies. So I'll begin with this year's exceptional recipients of the Philip C. Bradley Hispanic Studies Prize, which is awarded to outstanding students in Spanish language and literature. We have two really amazing recipients this year, and I'll read their names and then we can give them a big round of applause. Camila Esperanza Gil Rawlings and Alexandra Rosa Tiger. I'm also delighted to honor this year's recipients of the Sophomore Prize in Hispanic Studies, which is awarded annually to a sophomore Hispanic Studies major for demonstrated excellence and dedication to the study of Spanish. We have two really impressive awardees tonight. One is being recognized in absentia. Auri Javier Fernandez and Suzanne Ruddy Pogorelitz, who is accepting in absentia.
Dobry wieczór. Good evening. And could you guys, I feel like we're an intimate department. It seems odd to have you so far away, although Russia is, of course, quite far away. Anyway, my name is Paige Hurlinger. I'm professor of history and chair of the Department of Russian, East European, and Eurasian Studies. And I'm very honored to be here tonight to award two prizes. The first is the prize for excellence in Russian language and literature. And we have two recipients, Alessandro Carelli and Logan Smith. And I just want to say, as I said, we're a small community, and I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot of celebrating in coming days, so I'm going to keep this super short. In fact, for the next 3 weeks, I think we're going to do pretty much nothing else other than celebrate you guys, and I'm looking forward to that. But I will just say we are exceptionally proud of you, and I know that I say that not just for myself, but for my colleagues who adore you, quite frankly. So Alessandro, after graduating in a few weeks, will be heading on to graduate school at the Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies. And Logan will be going a little bit further. He has received a Fulbright Award and will be spending next year teaching in Kazakhstan. So, again, this is the prize for excellence in Russian language and literature. All right, and the next award is for the Russian Scholar Laureate. This is an award that is given by the American Council of Teachers of Russian. And I'm very happy to award this prize to my honor student, Anna Gethoff, who will, now this is a puzzle that maybe Anna can help us with. Either attending Georgetown as a graduate student in their Eurasian Russian and East European Studies, or will be traveling to teach English in the Republic of Georgia. So I don't know if she's made up her mind yet, but both are good choices, and maybe she'll do both. So again, this is the Russian Scholar Laureate. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all.
Good evening, I'm Theo Green, chair of the Sociology Department, and I am thrilled to forgo my cocktail hour to honor these amazing students. I will be raising a glass to you later. Our award, the co-recipients for our award for Distinguished Public Sociology goes to Sean Jimenez and Karma Santami for their amazing work, not only in terms of Maine, but in advocacy for marginalized communities everywhere in these very difficult times. So congratulations to you both. The Elbridge Sibley Sociology Prize, you might have a sense of deja vu with that name, goes to Carolyn Casey for her amazing scholastic achievements. The Matilda White Riley Class Project Award goes to Ephraim Tutu, and I'm having a little bit of vanity because I nominated his e-zine in my public sociology seminar, a very exciting piece of work on Black students in white spaces, where he actually took historic Bowdoin pictures and redid them with Black bodies in those spaces. It's a really incredible piece of work, so congratulations. And the Matilda White Riley Independent Study Prize goes to Blake Covert and Simcha for his amazing work in independent study with Professor Luis Vilasa. And Blake will be doing this work for his honors project next year, so I'm excited to see how it develops. So congratulations to him and to all of you.
Chair of Theater and Dance, and I'm so pleased to recognize these wonderful students. For his dedicated work with the Bowdoin Dance Club Cowboys, the Bowdoin Dance Group Award goes to Timothy O. Ignacio. For a willingness and ability to embody a diverse range of styles and approaches to dance, both on and off campus, the award for excellence in dance performance goes to Fernanda Rodas. For their capacity to perform and create within the worlds of both musical theater and contemporary dance, the award for outstanding contribution to theater and dance goes to Jack Twining in absentia. And for their willingness to engage new projects in technical design, the William H. Moody Award goes to two recipients, Martina Toniato Quaqueta and Tali Kaiser. For their commitment to growth and collaboration and demonstration of effective leadership in the art of design, the Abraham Goldberg Prize goes to two recipients, Julia Erica Stark and Eileen Woods. And in recognition of the passionate, infectious, and joyful energy that he has brought to all his performances, the Alice Merrill Mitchell Prize goes to Ridmaka Ravija Karunadara.
Congratulations again to our students and to the faculty and staff who have mentored and supported them. Really, the collective level of achievement that we're celebrating today is really astounding. I hope you've noted the range of interests, the methodological approaches reflected in the work. And this work really is a testament to the imagination and determination of these students. You guys make us just so proud. More awards and prizes, some of which are dependent on final grades and theses, will be listed in the full commencement program. But to close this evening's program, I now invite student singers Sri Kondodai, Ricky Karandara, Greta Limburger, and Sophie Zhang to lead the audience and raise songs to Bowdoin, accompanied by very own George Lopez. I invite you to stand if you're able. The lyrics are printed on the back of the program.